Sox lead 2-0. We go to the 5th, and that means time for the mascot race here at Target Field. And they go all the way around the outfield. And it looks like Babe the Blue Ox is going to come up short. Did come up short. Bullseye is always a favorite of a lot of the folks here at Target Field. The Target mascot dog would follow as Gordon Beckham leads things off here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a ball down low. It's 2-0 from Logan Darnell. Eaton and Ramirez to follow the 1-2 hitters. Beckham reaches forward, sends it out to right center field. It'll be down for a base hit. Santana worked to cut it off, and he ends up on the warning track. To into second base goes Beckham. Ball that wasn't hit all that hard, but against Santana, who was shaded slightly towards left center, Beckham able to turn it into a double and a second straight inning with a leadoff base runner. You see right there, halfway up the line, he's clearly thinking double. Blows a bubble around first base for good measure. So a runner in scoring position, already leading 2-0. Adam Eaton, a single and a run scored in his last at bat. He's one of the hotter hitters on the club, as we highlighted. Both he and Flowers. Ground ball up the middle. Tough play back there for Escobar on the move. Fires to first in time. Easily up to third goes Beckham. 6-3 on the putout. 1 pitch, 1 down. Those are all going to be precious pitches here for Darnell, who sits just a shade under the 60 pitch mark. And that'll bring up Alexei Ramirez, the runner 90 feet away. Escobar made it look smooth. It's a long way to go to make that play. Helping out his pitcher. It's Suzuki set up on the inside. Darnell misses low and in on the first pitch. It's 1-0. Couldn't have been a fun day to wake up and read the local papers. Really anyone affiliated with the Minnesota Twins. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. No matter how many times it might happen or how many times your manager comes out of the fire still with his job, you never like to read anyone calling for the head of the man that fills out the lineup card. But Ron Gardenhire, with the Twins 390 lost seasons behind him, and perhaps one in the making here this year, as there's a strike taken on 1-2 now to Ramirez. Gardenhire bearing some of the blame in the eyes of those that follow the game, both from a professional standpoint, and then you'd have to think even more fans in Twins territory. It's a high fly down the left field line. Willingham watches it off the foul pole. A 2-run shot, second night in a row. Alexei Ramirez takes the Twins deep. Home run number 10. Fair or foul? Really the true question. It was on Ramirez's mind as well, and the 7th base hit of this game to the Twins 1 does just enough to leave the yard. Carlton Fisk-esque with a couple of mutterings toward the baseball as he leans down the first base line. Goes off the foul pole. Beckham trots home, and it's 4-0. Ramirez last night, the home run, scored 3 times. He singled to move a runner over in the 3rd. He's been right in the thick of things as well. Heading the count already on Abreu, the 0-1. He's grounded foul, third base side. It's 0-2. And he's had a fantastic season. Every right to smile. An all-star. Here's your trivia question for you. Who came in to replace Derek Jeter in his last all-star appearance? It was Alexei Ramirez. 10th home run. RBI 45 and 46 as there's an 0-2 swung on and missed. And Abreu down on strikes. Keep runners off the base paths in front of Abreu, and it doesn't seem that tough to handle. Had the sac fly to drive and a run, but a ground out and a strikeout in his other 2 at-bats. Officially 0 for 2. Strikeout number 6 for Logan Darnell. Popped up foul by Viciedo on the first pitch. It's 0-1. for the rookie. It could be in the cards with the way the starting rotation for the Twins is shaped up that he gets another start. It's not outside the realm of possibilities. There's a strike taken by Viciades ahead in the count at 0-2. Looks like it would not be for Phil Hughes, who appears to be in line to make his next start. Breaking ball waited on and ripped down the left field line. That's a foul ball. Off the facing in the corner. Stays at 0-2. So that's the good news for the Twins. Phil Hughes may not be gone for long. Cal Gibson, though, a big question mark already. You know, without Ricky Nolasco. Kevin Correa still in the lineup, but the noted struggles last night have been very solid up until his last 2 outs. So there could be room for Darnell. Delivers a strike 3 called at the letters. Picks up strikeout number 7, but allows the 2-run home run to Alexei Ramirez. And the White Sox lead 4-0 after 4.5 on Fox. From picturesque downtown Minneapolis, looking across toward equally picturesque St. Paul here in Minnesota, and it's a beautiful night for baseball. The Twins stung by the long ball in the last inning, and yet to pick up their second base hit as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Be the bottom of the order in Kurt Suzuki, Eduardo Nunez, and Eduardo Escobar. Suzuki worked a walk on 4 pitches against Chris Sale. Back in the second inning. That is something to write home about when it comes to Chris Sale. First pitch at the knees for a strike, off speed that time to get ahead. Sale coming into this start 3rd in the league with opponents on base percentage of .278. Doesn't issue a lot of walks. Obviously doesn't give up a lot of base hits, as the 0-1 is below the knees. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front. It's pitch number 56, and it's 1-2. Strikeout to walk ratio is almost 6.5 for Chris Sale. Here in this one, he has walked 2 and struck out 4. So he's off of his own pace there. But ahead of Suzuki. The 1-2 tailed back into the strike zone, enough for Suzuki to foul it off right side. Off the ricochet, it counts. It's all a souvenir. Doesn't matter on the fly or coming back often. A story to tell, no doubt. The 1-2. Swung on, looped out towards left field and down for a base hit. Kurt Suzuki on base for a second straight time. For the first time in this ball game, the Twins have a leadoff base runner. That was much like the last pitch that was fouled off. Ball tailed back into the zone late. Suzuki able to stay with it. Got the bat head on it this time. Able to pull it fair. And he'll be on base for Eduardo Nunez, who grounded out back to the box to end the second inning. The only semblance of a threat for the Twins. Ground ball again, right back to the box, off of Sale. He dropped it, picks it up, and only play is at second base. And this is going to at least draw a check of the prize left-hander. You see Beckham there. Did that hit you? And the answer is maybe off the glove first. He did a good job to recover. Fielder's choice retires Suzuki. This is a better look at it. Maybe a piece of it. But again, he won 6 putout. So he won 4, excuse me, with Beckham coming over. Nunez on with the fielder's choice. 1 down for Eduardo Escobar, who's 0 for 1. Rankings, you could give those in the American League for Chris Sale from now, certainly through the end of this ball game, as he checks over at first base. He's only first place ranking in the AL right now. He's in the category of WHIP, walks and hits per innings pitched. Stands at a scant 1.05. Upstairs for a ball, it's 1-0. I always found that a quality stat to take a look at. Doesn't matter how runners are getting on. If putting a lot of runners on in an inning, you're obviously taxing yourself, taxing your defense, maybe at the back end taxing your bullpen. Pitch taken for a strike. It's 1-1. Good Sale. The thing that tells you is seldom does he face 2 on jams. He did so in the second, 1 on in the fourth, and now 1 on here. Walk at fielder's choice in the fifth. Foul popped up on a high bounce. It's 1-2. Second in ERA, second in hits per 9 innings allowed. Second in opponent's average. Second in complete games with 7 for Chris Sale. Swing and a miss on the 1-2. And out number 2 is strikeout number 5 for Chris Sale. Brings up the top of the order, and Danny Santana, who's over 2, one of those strikeouts. Stat we touched on earlier. Number of 10+ strikeout games in White Sox history for Chris Sale. He is 3rd on the all-time list. Delivers the first pitch, fouled out of play by Santana. 14 in 74 starts with the White Sox. The guy right below him with 13 10+ strikeout games is Javier Vasquez, who started 97 games with the White Sox. The other 2 guys, Ed Walsh, number 1, Juan Pizarro, number 2. And they both started over 100 games. In the case of Walsh, he started 312 games with the White Sox and had 17 10+ strikeout performances. Pizarro 145 games. So he's just 3 off the pace of a guy who started 312 games, and Chris Sale started 74. He's got another punch out here. That is his 6th of the ball game. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the 5th. We'll go to the 6th inning. White Sox 4-0 lead the Twins on Fox.